Hi, I'm Jan with Academic Technologies. As your students develop their abilities to compile and present what they have learned, they may find that they need a platform that lets them use those abilities more dynamically. That brings us to the topic of this video, a Microsoft presentation platform known as Sway. With Sway, you can quickly aggregate content, customize your visuals, and present them in a way many viewers find more engaging than simpler platforms. In this video, we'll start looking at the basics of Sway to make a dynamic, visually appealing presentation. If you have any questions while watching this video, you can reach out to CNU's academic tech team or to me directly at jana.doherty@cnu.edu. Unlike other Microsoft platforms, Sway is a web-hosted program, meaning that you don't have to download or install anything in order to use it. Instead, you just go to sway.office.com on any web browser, although we recommend a recent browser like Chrome or Firefox. When you get to the page in question, you'll come to this page here. You can either create an account or log in if you already have one. You can get to that space by clicking the Sign In button. And I'll sign in really quick here. As we sign in, I should let you know that as a web platform, Sway is also not part of CNU's supported version of Microsoft Office. Once you've logged in, you'll be brought to a page much like this. Although if you're new, you won't have any sways of your own in the My Sways section yet. Above that section, you'll see three options for creating that first sway. The first, Create a New Sway, will enter you into a blank presentation to start creating from scratch. Before we go into any new sways, however, we're going to talk about the other two options for a bit. This one, in the middle, Start from a Topic, is useful for creating a presentation off of a basic topic. This is because when you click this button, it will let you enter in a topic of your choice to create a basic outline using some aggregated content. Let's say we use one of my favorite topics lately, Harry Potter. It's taking a second to create that outline. Now, as you can see, this outline doesn't contain too much information or a whole lot in the way of visuals, but it does provide some basic structure for someone who may not know where to start. But we're going to go back to our main page because we also have a third option. Start from a Document is more useful for someone who may already have a presentation built in another platform, like PowerPoint, because this option can take that alternate file and convert that information and the assets onto it into a sway, which can then be edited. Let's say if I click that here, it opens up a space where I can look for a presentation, open it, and have it converted. And you can see the resulting conversion here. Let's go back to our main page one more time. Now, if you're looking for inspiration or help with structuring your new presentation, this platform also provides templates that you can utilize and sample presentations made by other users that you can view for inspiration. But for the sake of demonstrating the platform itself, we'll be using a sway I've pre-made for this video. This sway is stored in the My Sways section, along with any other sways I've made. And here it is. When you first enter any sway, you'll see that the workspace is split into two parts, the storyline space and the design space, as shown by these tabs in the upper left. The storyline space is where content will be added and ordered within your sway, and it's the default space that shows up when you first enter that presentation. So we're going to start here. The first thing you need to know about how any sway works is that every piece of content that goes into a sway is placed on an item known as a card. These cards will have slightly different structures depending on the type of content added to them, and are added above or below any existing card. Once a card is made, it can be placed in a different location in your presentation simply by clicking and dragging a card into the right spots. For example, we could take this card and drag it higher up. Now, when you start a new sway, you'll automatically be given a title card first, which gives you a space for title text, as well as a space where you can add a title image. The other types of card can be added under any other card using this plus icon that appears whenever you select one. And those cards are grouped into 3 categories: text, media, and group. We'll be going through each of these in order and looking at some of the examples. If I click text, I'll see 2 card types: heading and text. These are pretty self-explanatory. A heading card creates a text box that works as a heading for a group of cards and defines a group of cards directly beneath it as a section, which you can see defined by these gray boxes. A text card, however, simply provides a large space and tools for generating text. I actually have a text card right up here at the top. However, any presentation worth watching needs more than text. That's where the next category of cards comes in. The media category includes images, video, audio, an embed card, and a card where you can upload alternate files. Let's take a look at a few of these possibilities that you'll be most likely to use. Now, creating an image card creates a space where you can pull an image from the internet into your sway, along with a caption of your choosing. Clicking this image space pulls up this search area on the right, which will try to suggest image searches based on what is already in your sway. You can pick one of these searches or type out one of your own. Let's try it now. And we've got an image here that works, and we'll click Add to add it into our sway. It's important to note that any of these images used for an image card will be pulled from these online searches, rather than from your computer directly. But let's close our search bar real quick. For images or files already on your computer, you'll want to use an upload card instead, which will give you the option to select from downloaded files. Now, upload cards are interesting because they let you select more than just images. You can also use other types of files, such as PDFs. I'm actually going to use a PDF here. I want to make a point of showing this with a PDF because of how Sway treats these types of files. So if I click Open, you'll see it'll take a second for that file to be added. But here's what I wanted to show you. Rather than uploading that file and making it into a singular card, Sway will break down files like PDFs into component parts. Files text in one card, an image in another, and so on. These cards will then be arranged in the final viewing of our Sway into something that resembles the original file. You'll see what I mean in our next video when we look at this same presentation from a design perspective. But for now, we need to look at a few more different types of content. For example, the video card, as shown here, and found here, allows you to insert a YouTube video directly into your presentation, much the same way you would an image. Let's look for a video now. And we click Add, and it's added into our presentation. Keep in mind, this Sway will require a strong internet connection while playing in order to be able to play this video smoothly, because this video is being pulled from an online source. An audio card, shown here, will allow you to do the same thing, but using audio clips from your computer rather than from an online source. Finally, an embed card is useful if you have online content, such as a calendar or an online widget, that you want to embed into your presentation. Using this card will allow you to paste that widget or that calendar's embed code essentially pulling your tool into your presentation. In addition to all these types of media, Sway has what are known as group cards. Group cards are a great way to add images into your Sway in ways that show the relationships between these images. We have an example of a group already in our presentation, the comparison group, which allows you to use a slider to compare two images together. Other examples of groups include things like the stack group, which allows the user viewing your presentation to view a set of images like a stack of cards, being able to flip through them as quickly or as slowly as you desire. It's important to note that some of these groups, like stack or slideshow, allow for as many images as you could want, while other groups, like comparison, are limited to, say, 2 images. So it's a good idea to experiment with these groups to see which one gets across the idea you want with the number of images that you require. And that brings us to the end of what we can do with the storyline space here in Sway. In the interest of time, we'll be showing you the design section of Sway, as well as how to play and share your presentations in a second video on this topic. In the meantime, if you have any questions about what we've shown you so far, please don't hesitate to reach out to us in Academic Technologies, or to me personally at jana.docherty@cnu.edu. See you soon!